Namaste. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Lovely to see you in the chat. Tarot Foundations is starting really soon, and I'm going to start a countdown in my community page. And thank you for those of you that responded. The tarot class that's starting at the end of the month has space in it. So if you've been contemplating joining, please contact me as soon as possible. Okay. Today we're going to talk about navigating Mercury retrograde in the highest frequency possible. And one of the things I want to share with you is that I feel, while of course there are challenges that arise with communication, and I think that's an oversimplification of what happens when Mercury goes retrograde, I think there's a lot of beauty and lessons that can come with this perception, with this. And so in my reflections, I shared with you a few things that are in the description box below, and I will read those aloud in just a moment. But this is an opportunity today to sit with this. And for some, I feel like for some people, you know, we don't want to go back. We don't want to revisit something, but there very well may be something that is not quite complete, and that needs more of an investment of energy. And I have to say that I have completely personally benefited from reconsideration, renegotiation of something that happened this weekend. And I'm really feeling the benefit of everything. And I believe everything that I said below is an important thing for us to focus on. So let's go to that, and I'm going to read it aloud. If you want to follow along, you can look at the description below. Today, I'd like to emphasize and work with the highest frequency of Mercury retrograde, which is in Libra, and then we'll be in Virgo a little bit later in the month, and consider how we can keep is keep over the right word, to be as much as possible in this higher level of consciousness of this energy. And what I want to suggest is that we choose a card for what is ready to be revisited. Okay, so, and with retrogrades, all the re words are, we can probably substitute any of the re words if this one doesn't fit for you. Secondly, and this is a really long-winded contemplation, and we can take this gently in parts. How might I become more objective about this situation, creating mutually beneficial results? Now, this has to do with the whole Libra energy, right? So Libra wants things to be in balance through peaceful negotiations without giving away myself. This is an important part of, and I think what I'm going to do is share with you a personal example of how this manifested for me this weekend, okay? Just to bring this home, because we have all been journeying through some really challenging things, and we don't want to compromise to the point of losing integrity. And so that's an important part of this as well too. And thirdly, in acknowledging all of the work that you have been doing, this recalibration, this resetting of your being, if you will, how can I honor that? How can I honor this newer version of myself? Or what is the greatest act of kindness that I can give to myself at this time? Okay, so these are loaded layers, and you might like to do the spread for yourself at a later point this week as well too. All right, so acknowledging also that the moon is in Taurus today, and This is a very grounded, these questions feel safe, actually, with the moon in Taurus. These feel very grounded questions, very healing questions. And we also need to remember too that, it's not just in Virgo season, right? We're looking to Mercury as the ruler of Virgo, but Chiron has also been said to rule as well too. So we're in this deep healing space right now, and Chiron is in Virgo, I believe, also at this time too. Retrograde, but it's there. It's there. Okay, so these are my deep reflections for today, and we're going to dive into this in just a moment after I say hi to everybody. So welcome. Welcome to Sharon, Trio Witches. Enjoy your walk. Michelle Lynn and Saskia, hello to you. Aisha, welcome. Mira, hello. Merlin's daughter Mira, welcome. Donna Rian, namaste. Joel, hello. Thank you for your email earlier today. And Dee, Millie, hello to you. Lydianne, welcome. Yes, Tarot of the Abyss we're going to use for today. And Michelle Lynn says, okay, you're ready for a reading, so that's great. We will start with you, I believe. And excellent. Dee, did I say hi to Dee? Welcome, Dee. Patricia and Starshine, hello. And Donna T, hello, welcome to you. All right, Donna's a double Libra. Okay, now how am I going to do this? Because I need to kind of look at, yes, Michelle Lynn is first. Okay, thanks, Donna. I'm going to go back up to Michelle. There we go. Okay. I did some reflections. This has been, I don't know, this deck has come back to me. It is a deck that I want to say I think I rejected quite strongly after I received it. I used it a little bit, but for some reason it's called back to me. And so the Tarot of the Abyss is on the table today, and I do have other decks, of course, an abundance of them out here, if this doesn't seem to fit your reading. And I still have Oracle of Echoes, first edition, so I don't have the extra 4 cards if you need some other support. And I did pull a card for the overall theme for today from the Oracle of Echoes, and I got the Discord card, which makes perfect sense. Yeah. All right. So this is a reading for Michelle Lynn, who is asking what she is ready to revisit. Let's hold space for Michelle Lynn, bringing her guides close and helping us to navigate this time with her. Okay. Oh, those are nowhere on the table. I moved my camera, so we'll do this. All right. This feels very Virgo. Oh my goodness. So Virgo is mutable. So Virgo is 8, 9, 10. This is the end of so this is the end of Taurus, right? 7 of Pentacles. But this card, the way that it's drawn, feels very Virgo. Tidy up time, tidy up time, put things away, reorganize. honor the work. All right, so the first question is what am I ready to revisit? That which you have invested incredible amount of energy into. So what I'm seeing is a project that got backbenched. And it may even still be in full view, but it's on the top shelf. And it might be a little bit dusty. And this is funny, I'm seeing an image from one of the Toy Story movies where the squeezy doll gets shelved. And when the toys come to life, there's a lot of dust and sneezing and coughing as this toy is found. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like there is something that has been backbenched that is ready to come to life again. Because we're also looking at negotiations, and this is just uncanny that an Ace of Swords would show up here. I'm wondering if this is something that you did share with another, or you did do with another. Maybe you even did this something you did with your sister or mom or your neighbor. I'm feeling feminine energy here, and perhaps one of the reasons it got backbenched, um, shelved away, is because you couldn't agree on an approach or something like that. And so there's a new voice that is calling to you. There's a gentleness and an honesty and uh, I feel a strong you feel a strong calling to this. Like this project has a higher purpose and has a higher potential. Integrity is so very important. And it's important that you share your voice in a way that um, that it feels like it is you, um, and it is 100% okay that this is approached in a different way. You are who you are. You aren't. Um, and if this wasn't in collaboration with someone else, I think this is also you questioning the viability of this. And this is definitely time. I mean, it's so auspicious that we have an Ace of Swords here. So the reemergence of this project is really important. Okay. Um, okay, I'm going to go to YouTube and just realign my screen here. There we go. Joseph's here too. Hello, Tamina. All right, and then the third part of this question has to do with the greatest act of kindness that you can give to yourself. And you know something I'm feeling here is that there may be an honoring of your, and don't take this the wrong way, like your household duties, like honoring of your nest, your home, that the foundation that you create for your family and all that you do is maybe has been undervalued. And so this is it's really important that you give yourself praise, and you allow yourself to enjoy the sacred space that is your home. And I could see something like the painting, like maybe you're going to paint a wall or a fresh coat of paint on a room that is special to you, or Maybe the room is revitalized with a new plant or something. But I feel like this Four of Pentacles, this foundation of home, abundance, that you honor the hard work. I'm sensing this hard work is an important part of this as well too, that you have put into building this. This is not something that we need to view from, if you have been criticized in any way for being too much of a homebody or putting too much energy into that, and people have been saying to you things like, oh, you need to get out, you need to go places, you need to do things. I think it's okay for you to find joy in the simplicity of being home. Oh, that's so beautiful, Michelle Lynn. I was literally in my guest room this morning thinking I would love to redo it to make it a space for my practice. I can see you like honoring space, right? So that you can find this voice that is deep within and full of light and energy. So take that with blessing from Grace. Okay. Thanks, Michelle. You're welcome. I'm going to pull an oracle for you just while we're waiting for the next prompt. Protection. Doesn't that look incredibly like this card? You know, like I feel this whole safety thing. Oh my God. So here is another connection. I've pulled the card for the Facebook group this week. And you know what it is? It's I am safe. I am safe. Wow. Okay. I just love how this all works. Aisha is next. Aisha, do you have, did you want me to do this spread? Or would you like something else? Aisha's Chiron is in Taurus. Okay. I would like to go with the featured spread. I've had some ending and I'm being directed to a place of rest before a new beginning. I just don't know what it is and I would love some direction. Okay, you're welcome. We will do that. So let's hold space for Aisha as we consider these questions, which I think really help us to be in a higher frequency of Mercury at this time. It is the closest planet to the sun. What does that tell you? Gosh. I have I never, when the series, I love the Big Bang Theory. When that series came out, I didn't watch all of it, but then I saw on Netflix the Young Sheldon series, and I've been watching bits and pieces of it. And there's something about the science of astrology that I'm finding really, really intriguing. So I know I say I am not an astrologer, but I think I might become an astrologer of sorts in my own way, in my own nerdy way at one time soon. So this is a reading for Aisha on the 13th day of September, 2022, supporting her to be in the highest frequency of Mercury retrograde, perhaps getting clarity about what is ready to be revisited at this time. So we have a queen, a king, and a 5. Okay. I'm still struggling with this 5 of Swords. But we'll work with it. And I think any Swords cards that are showing up today are going to give us some potent information. Well, let's look what this Queen of Wands is actually doing. There is so much radiant beauty coming from her third eye chakra. And I feel almost in a different way than what came out in Michelle Lynn's reading. This is something also equally important. I feel the amount of reverence here, sitting in sacred space, connecting specifically with the element of fire. And perhaps what this is also doing is recharging your solar plexus, recharging your truth so that you can shine brighter as you move through this next phase, right? So you said you're in this period of rest, this period of integration, and that fits perfectly seasonally with what's going on right now. But in recharging and in reconnecting with the element of fire specifically, so that might not necessarily be through sitting with fire, but you may be candle making, you may be working with creating some sort of, what was I talking about the other day in the herb crafter class, the cider that you make with all of the spices, something like that. So there's something about you revisiting and deepening your connection with the element of fire that feels important. Okay. So in negotiations, in connecting with others, I feel your leadership. I'm shaking my head because there's so many connections that happen through various bits of my day. It just makes me laugh. If you didn't take the lead before, it's your turn to take the lead. And we are receiving leadership qualities in both of the first 2 cards, both from an active feminine quality and, a very, this is, of course, the 78th card of the tarot, right? Super integrated and wise, and I feel more subtle in approach. This may have to do with financial negotiations. And I think that you owning your opinion, owning your level of confidence that you are able to see things clearly and from a wider perspective. We see the mountains in the background, right? We see a bigger perspective. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I'm just reading your comment that you just posted, Aisha. I had a long distance relationship fall out and I'm struggling with that ending. Okay. And so this is like a reclaiming of your divine feminine spark. You are a vital woman. You are a creative, sexual, attractive, energetic, worthy, all of the positive words that are connected to the solar plexus. Let your fire shine. And in order to do that, rekindling with the element is important. Perhaps when you are ready to step into relationship again, there are um, allowing yourself to lead, allowing yourself to be more dominant, to be allowing yourself to be stronger, to let that light shine bright, to share your gifts in the relationship feel really important. Okay. Now, where I'm going to go with this card is something quite new that came up. This came up in a reading this week. I've been working a lot with this deck. And so this is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. And I'm going to spend this in a very different way. So as everybody knows, fives are challenging cards. Five of Swords has to do with words, negotiations. And I where I struggle with this card is there is reflection. So there is reflection on the death, I believe, of the butterfly that's in the jar. Um, this child is thinking about, what he's going to do with those little mini swords and the pincushion. Um, but I also see this, and I shared this with you the other day, that this card reminds me of the New Era Elements deck a lot, and I feel a sense of cruelty here. And what I'm picking up on, and I think I can relate this to your situation, is that you may very well have had a pattern of being in narcissistic relationships and not been able to find your words or your strength or your power to step out of a narcissistic relationship. And this to me is a deep reflection of you revisiting those patterns. But this is your gift, right? Your gift to self. Almost a commitment that I will not engage in that sort of relationship again. And I am learning to recognize harmful language, harmful voice, signs and signals of where I want to stay away from, because indeed I am worthy of something so much greater. And if I am able to let my fire shine bright, if I'm able to stand tall and strong, then I also will not attract that level of cruelty, that level of another who doesn't value me for all that I am, right? I don't deserve to be belittled in any way. So I think this is here for a reason, and I want to offer that to you. I had a black wisdom spin a web in front of my window. Wow. Okay. Well, this is really, I hope this is I want you to embody, because I think also, if we're looking to future relationships, the intersection of these two personalities is so very beautiful. For a Queen of Fire to be in relationship with the King of Pentacles, it's a great sort of energy. And maybe this is also a vision of what you are building for your future. Of course, the highest frequency of both of these chords. So take this particular card as helping you to find your way through and breaking this pattern so that you can stand stronger and taller. Okay? Millie. Welcome, Millie. The electromagnetic energies coming onto Earth from the various planets are the first energies that interact with a newborn human's energy field. So the imprint makes sense. Did I read that card wrong? I've always read it as beyond the veil, is beyond the void. That's hilarious if it is. Okay. No, it is beyond the veil. Beyond the veil. Beyond the veil. Right? So that is right? Vidya, not avidya. Vidya. Oh, you. Where did you come from? Sorry, I'm talking to the deer outside my front window. And they're getting very bold. They're getting very bold and very naughty. I'm going to have to harvest all my tomatoes because yesterday they were taking my tomatoes. I'm so glad Amber hasn't seen it. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I can't protect my tomatoes now because I'm here. Oh my goodness. At least I have tomatoes up high, unless they knock over my whole shelf. Okay, Millie, this is for you on the 25th day, not the 25th day, the 13th day of September 2022. Let's hold space for Millie as we contemplate what she's ready to re-examine in order to keep her heart open. I'm open to sharing my gifts with the deer. Moon, Fool, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. This moon card is just giving me the there's something about this moon card that has really been speaking to me. And this is what you're ready to revisit and re-examine. And I think this card is could have been the title card for the deck, because there is an abyss between, a crevice between the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies that we see on either side of this moon card. And yet, at the top, their energies are reconnected and coming together. So, what you are ready to revisit there's something about about the concept of separation. And while separation of two beings is a very real thing. What it does is it allow, and I speak with my whole heart from personal experience, is it gives us an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. And so the gift of breakup, the gift of divorce, and I use these words with my whole heart. The gift of divorce, the gift of breakup is that it gives us space and it allows us to see things in a way that had we stayed in the relationship, we would not be able to see. And so I think part of this card and the question of, it's this is your are we still in the energy of the Pisces full moon? Well, I know the moon is in Taurus now. Planet Venus, right? You can kind of feel the Venusian energy here. There's deep love for yourself. You're very welcome, Aisha. And so here's the other piece to this, right? That we will forever be connected to those from whom we are separated, whether we are separated through death, whether we are separated from divorce or geographical distance. We still have this ability to connect and to touch one another. But the truth is we are better because we are separated. Okay? Now, what is the negotiation? What is the voice that is coming, that is ready to resound loud and clear? Ooh, that's a good RE word. I feel like I want to make a list of all the RE words that we can use during retrograde discussions. Resound is a great one. So what I'm going to say is your negotiation is that indeed, look at that face. You are stronger. You are stronger. You are wiser. Now, wise is not necessarily a word we associate with the fool, especially with that title. But I want you to think about, and I don't have it here, the Fool card in the Sasarabito Tarot. We can be young at heart. We can be silly. We can be adventurous. We can be light at heart at any point in our life. And I think the negotiation, the commitment, the part of, so what I said, I'm just going to go back and read my own words. This is in the number 2 question. Without, right. So this has to do with without giving away a piece of myself. So this is about you completely reclaiming your individualness. Okay. Your uniqueness, your strength, and perhaps I feel like a lifelong yearning for this sense of independence that is now ready for you to embrace. Yeah. Big breath in, big breath out. And then the gift. So what is the gift of this new experience? It's a settling, and not in a bad way, but I feel like it's a settling into your being. A settling into your being. So you, it's like what I'm seeing is all of the dust, all of the particles, the neutrinos from the sun. I really want to understand what neutrinos are. It's all just, it's integrating, it's falling into place so that you can honor it and be with it. And I imagine too that there are material pleasures that you can honor in a new way, that you can look around and look back with fond memories. And it's only through going through this experience that you're able to see them in this way. And it's okay to honor treasures from the past. Um, they're part of who you are. But I feel like the more important message of this gift is one of the whole integration process and acknowledging all that you are and all that you have come from to be who you are. You're welcome, Amy. And I feel like this top card wants to be yours. It's almost like it fell out. So I think this is your card, Millie. It's like the deck didn't want me to cut the deck. It's like that first card was just coming off. Look at the color, the energy. This is a beautiful card. Have you looked at this card carefully? So we have the moon in the Swadhisthana chakra, right? The moon in the pelvis. And we have the sun in the solar plexus and all this vibrant energy, quite a healthy aura. There's a sense of almost a reversal. So the red colors not coming out of the root chakra, but there's something really beautiful here. Yeah. Restoring balance. Thank you, Millie. All right, so we're going to, and hello to Starshine if I didn't say hello to you. All right. Virgo is your rising. Ooh, this is a big question Joel has here. I lost track of where I am. I'm looking for Patricia T. Here it is. I found it. Okay. Okay. If there's anything else, Patricia, that you want to put in the chat, I'd have the YouTube chat open in another window so I can see the end of the stream, the end of the bottom of the chat. And Millie is a Libra. Sun is Libra. My mother was Libra, and it was a difficult sign for me to. I'd have to go back. I didn't know her time of birth. I need to go back and look and see what her ascendant was. I would love to do a deep reflection of my relationship with my mother, which became so healthy later in life. All right, so let's hold space for Patricia T as we contemplate her her move. That feels chaotic at this time. Okay. The dust will settle, Patricia. I want to encourage you to find a corner to sit down, even if there's no furniture in the room, to make yourself uh, a spot, a spot where you can sit quietly, where you can breathe. Maybe you have a couple of your favorite objects close by. The dust will settle. All right, let's hold space for Patricia. Okay, we had not a jumper, but this card definitely fell out. You are the emperor of your domain. The devil. So 3 major arcana cards, Patricia. All right. Tuesday is my, sorry if the trucks outside are noisy. It's my garbage pickup day. All right. So I feel like this is something very important. You know, what I said, you can choose whatever you are the master of your domain. You are very much, you are in control. And I feel like these are affirmations that you could be repeating to yourself. My feet are on the ground. I have a strong foundation. I'm able to lead, to guide others. I embody the energy of the emperors so that the hours and days that follow with this move will be strong. And I'm wondering if you know how the emperor goes out to conquer. So this is a weird message, Patricia. But one of the things I would suggest you do is to forgive yourself, to release. If there's any sense of, I made a mistake, or why did I do that? Just to sit quietly and to let go of that. I forgive myself for, you fill in the blanks. You know, the whole Ho'oponopono thing. So that you can own this new space, right? So that you can have that front facing forward energy. Okay. Now, what is showing up with the devil card? This particular illustration, there is just so much binding. And what I'm sensing is that part of the motivation behind this move was a sense of freedom. And perhaps you feel like you've stepped, out of the, what's the expression? Out of the flame into the fire. I forget what the expression is, but you know what I mean? Like you've gone from same to same. You've gone from bad to worse. You've gone from like not much has changed. And the truth is that our problems are going to follow us regardless of where we go. Even if we move, they're going to be with us. They're going to show up in another way, which is not something you need to hear at this point. But I think the move was the right decision for you to reclaim your power, for you to reclaim your strength. Now, what is ready to be negotiated? And I'm going to take this into yourself, into the deepest part of your shadow, is that in moving to this new space, I will be able to make better choices. I have a fresh start. I am free of that which was binding me before. I'm able to step into this new experience and out of toxic patterns. that were part of the reason for me leaving the previous space. My second chakra will come into balance. I will come into right relationship with myself. And if I take care of myself, and this is interesting because remember, this is the gift to self. If I take care of myself, then I can be free, and I will know the wings, and I will feel the wings, and not the binding that has held me back for so long. And I'm looking at the toga, the robe that is on the emperor, and also looking at the horns that are on the emperor. And I'm wondering about the mirror relationship that's going on here with the devil and the emperor. So part of what you are feeling, I'm sensing, is you've bit off something very big here, and you are being asked to heal a very old wound within yourself. So making space, lots of loving kindness and patience. There is no need to rush through this healing process. Indeed, the greatest gift you can give yourself is to acknowledge the strength that you are, the strength that you have. We have 2 fire cards here. So we have cardinal fire, we have fixed fire. These are very powerful cards that will help you to burn through, purify this pattern. So you trust in your gut. And it's interesting, right? Because gut health has a lot to do with the Virgo season. Again, funny, haha, synchronicity here. Solar plexus chakra, we want to nurture our digestion. And I think in the changing of the seasons, sometimes that's something we all, we don't pay attention to that. So as the weather is changing, so is our food, and so is our digestion. And this might not look like a card of digestion, but you have 2 fiery cards here. And I know often the devil is colored red, right? There's a sense of redness to the devil as well too. So taking care, time, patience for your healing feels really important. Okay. And shuffling an oracle card for Patricia T. Good night, Saskia. Well, I think this speaks volumes. Fear. And what I suggest, Patricia, is that this move, perhaps the greatest gift of this move, is that it's going to help you to move through the fear. While this feels very, you said it's not going well, right? It's shaking things up in a way that is unnerving. And when we feel like this can be this can be one of life's greatest gifts. So know that this fear, this sense of being unnerved, is really good for you. It's exactly where you need to be at this time. Okay, so not the easiest of readings, but I I send you light, I send you love, and I know everybody in this chat is here for you at this time. Stella's Tarot. I do not have the Stella's Tarot, Joel. I'm happy to look it up if you have a specific question about it. All right. So Donna, I will do one more reading, and Mina is next. Okay. What are current feelings and next actions of Asan towards me? All right, so you're focusing on the other, not focusing on yourself. So sometimes, Mina, I want to be of the best service I can be to you. So I may, if any of the questions that I ask feel uncomfortable, just know that they are in your highest. My intention is only out of love. And so I want you to think about that. Why is my focus external? Why is my focus, and I can tie this into the current astrological energy for sure. Why is my focus external? And instead of looking to my highest and doing what is best for me, I'm putting my cards, my energy into another. So I'm more focused on him than on them than I am on me. It's like I'm depending on their response for my next action. So what I'm saying here is that I just want to send you strength and self-confidence and self-love, so that instead of asking a question like this, you can ask, what is my next step? How can I move in my highest? Right? Because the truth is, by asking the question that you're asking, you're making yourself less than. You really are the most important person in your life, and you deserve to take great care of yourself and to honor yourself, to honor the beautiful woman within. Okay. Now, saying all of that, I'm happy to answer your question. Okay. But I just wanted to give you a bit of love and some inner strength. Okay. All right. So this is looking into the energy of Afsan, who is a Virgo, towards Mina. Well, how are we going to interpret this? Oh, it's a Japanese tarot. Okay. Referring to the Stella Tarot. Page of Wands, Star. So this is your Aquarius card. Air, Earth. Asan. Let me read your question. His current feelings and next actions. All right, so he's feeling You are a bright light for him. You have a sense of adventure. I want to say that he is curious about you. He is hopeful about the relationship, that he wants to be taken care of. One of the things that is ringing bells for me here is that what's the expression? Codependent. You don't want to marry a little boy. You don't want to marry a little boy. Also, I want to err on the side of, is he moving towards you for your money? So those are all possible questions. He is hopeful, and he sees you as a place of comfort. He sees you as home. Okay. And it's very interesting, this combination of cards. Or perhaps he sees you as growing into a great woman. He's curious about some things about you that he's not familiar with. He also sees you as feminine. Interesting card to show up here. I wonder if you remind him of someone. I wonder if he does, if he feels an ancestral connection to you. I wonder if you remind him of his mother or his grandmother. Or that he feels a benefit, a family benefit from the connection. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Well, beautiful souls, thank you so much. Thank you for being here today. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to commit to doing some short videos. And I know shorts have been around for a little while on YouTube, but I want to revisit the tarot tag that I did way back that didn't get any response. 78 cards, 78 decks. And what I'm going to do in these short videos is share with you some favorite cards for each of the 78 cards. I think that's what I'm going to do. So if you are subscribed, you should get notifications for these new videos that are coming up. And I thought this would be a really fun way to do this, because then it's just 1 minute per card, or less than a minute per card. So just something that that is upcoming anyway on my channel. Tomorrow, I will go back. Tomorrow is Herb Crafter's Tarot. So if you're not following along, I'm doing a series on the Herb Crafters, which is a beautiful, beautiful earthy deck. And then Friday, I'll be back with Tarot Chat. Haven't picked my topic for Friday yet. So I'm always looking to you for inspiration, and I will be planning ahead for courses and stuff that are upcoming. So I want to thank you for being here today. Take good care of yourselves, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Namaste, everybody.